Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Video Guys Live. It is Tuesday. It is about 3 o'clock Eastern, which means we're going to spend the next 15 minutes or so talking about some things that are going on in the industry, whether it's PTZ cameras, monitors, switchers, things like that. If you couldn't tell, today we're going to be talking about the A-Eye PTZ camera range from Atomos. Now, Atomos announced these cameras last year. They've been around for a couple months now, and they are really, really good cameras, and they actually announced that there is a sale that is going on until the end of this month, which would be May 31st, 2026. Now, what is that sale? That sale is 30% off all of their cameras, and they also have their controller as well. So that's 30% off of the A-Eye HD 20X, the A-Eye 4K 12X, the A-Eye 4K 20X are all on sale for 30% off. And that makes these cameras, which were already very well priced, cost-effective PTZ cameras, be even more budget friendly, especially the A-Eye HD 20X. That puts this camera currently at our most budget friendly 1080 60p 20X PTZ camera. So this is a perfect time to get into the A-Eye range of PTZ cameras. Now, before we get into what makes the cameras different, let's talk about all of the things that are the same on all three of these cameras. All of these cameras utilize NDI HX3. You can use NDI HX2 as well, but the license comes pre-installed with NDI HX3 already on it, which is basically the Goldilocks standard when it comes to quality versus latency versus bandwidth requirements. So you get low latency, good quality, and not that much bandwidth requirement on your network. All of these cameras also have HDMI output, 3G SDI output, USB output, and IP, whether it is RTSP, RTMP, ONVIF, or of course that NDI HX3 that we mentioned. All of these cameras have AI auto tracking, hence the name and the play on words A-Eye PTZ cameras. They all utilize multiple different ways of compression, whether it's H.265, H.264, or MJPEG. All of these cameras are PoE plus cameras, which means you can use something like a Netgear M4250 switch with PoE, or 30 watts per port, to be able to power these cameras. And because they use so many different outputs and ways of controlling the camera and IP connections, they are very well versed to be used with any kind of third-party software or programs that you want to use with them. Because again, you have the HDMI output, you have the SDI output, you have the USB output, you have NDI output, and there's a ton of different ways that you can control these cameras. Now, where will these cameras be used? Well, honestly, they can be used anywhere. Whether it is for content creation for a single person to do exactly what we're doing right here, using an Atomos PTZ camera to be able to record themselves, and you can even use that AI auto tracking. These are great for live events as well, especially with the 20X HD version or the 20X 4K version, to be able to put those cameras in the back of a venue, zoom all the way in, and be able to track somebody that is on a stage doing a live performance. Another place that we're seeing PTZ cameras in general be used a lot more often is for businesses. Whether you are doing a Zoom call or a Teams call and you just want to make yourself look a little bit nicer, a nice 12x 4K PTZ camera that has USB output that can plug directly into your computer and integrate with Zoom or Teams as a webcam is going to be a nice bonus. We also see that a lot of businesses are starting to do in-house training as well. So if you wanted to be able to record your training videos in a nice, again, 4K or 1080p PTZ camera with auto tracking as you're walking around, that camera will keep you in place. I realize here that our education and our live events photos have swapped. Apologies. Or otherwise, this is just the best education place ever. But they are also used in education spaces. Again, that 12x PTZ camera is really nice in a small classroom because it has a nice wide field of view, but then has a little bit of zoom and that auto tracking to be able to keep the teacher in frame. Of course, they're also very popular in houses of worship where we know that people are going to be utilizing volunteers to be able to run their live streaming portion. So if you can use that AI auto tracking and you can use some presets and you can use a PTZ controller, it makes it really easy for volunteers to be able to run those productions. And of course, for sports and productions, whether you're shooting in 1080 or 4K, all of these cameras have the ability to stream and record at 1080p. Now, we actually did a product spotlight video on the entire AI range of PTZ cameras when they first came out. So we're going to play that for you now as like a little refresher. AI Vision, PTZs for professional multi-camera setups. Atomos A-Eye models support industry-standard protocols like NDI HX3, H.265, H.264, and MJPEG compression. They feature advanced auto-tracking capabilities enabling precise subject tracking for dynamic shoots. They also offer multiple output options including HDMI, 3G SDI, USB, and IP streaming via RTSP, RTMP, and ONVIF. Power over Ethernet, or PoE+, allows a single cable to handle power, video, and control, simplifying setup and reducing cable clutter. The A-Eye HD20X features a 1/2.8-inch CMOS sensor with over 2 million effective pixels and a 20x optical zoom. It captures video up to HD 2K at 60 frames per second, making it suitable for applications like education, houses of worship, and budget-conscious productions. Next, the A-Eye 4K 12X comes with a 1/2.5-inch UHD CMOS sensor, offering up to 8.5 million pixels and a 12x optical zoom. It supports resolutions up to UHD 4K at 60 frames per second. This model is versatile for creators, classrooms, and corporate presentations where high resolution and flexibility are key. The flagship A-Eye 4K 20X is built for larger venues and professional multi-camera productions. It uses a 1/1.8-inch UHD CMOS sensor and a 20x optical zoom, also supporting UHD 4K at 60 frames per second. The A-Eye controller is a dedicated remote control hub designed for advanced multi-camera operation. It enables preset switching and remote production control over IP, making it easy to manage multiple A-Eye cameras or integrate with third-party PTZ systems. Whether you're upgrading a single camera or building a full multi-camera environment, the A-Eye range and its controller provide reliable, high-quality performance with the flexibility to adapt to your production needs. To find the right A-Eye camera for your production, visit Videoguys.com. As you can see, the camera quality on these cameras is fantastic. We had a couple of examples in there that were shot on the Atomos A-Eye 4K 20X. So let's kind of walk through the three different models of the cameras and when you might want to step up to the next class. Starting off with the A-Eye HD20X. Now this is a 1080 60p PTZ camera with a 1/2.8-inch CMOS sensor. It can go up to technically HD 2K 60, but we're going to say that it's an HD20X PTZ camera. It has the 20x optical zoom on it, and it also has a 16 times digital zoom, so you can get a little bit more out of the camera. Just know your image will be a little bit softer, but if you really need to put this in a large event space, you can do that and use that digital zoom. It has your HDMI out, your 3G SDI out, your USB 3.0 out, and your IP out, whether that's RTMP, RTSP, or NDI HX3. And of course, that NDI HX3 license is included in the price. It is a PoE Plus camera, and it supports the tally light as well, which is really nice to be able to know when that camera is live or not. These are really great in budget-friendly places like houses of worship, education, places like that. And again, with that 30% off sale going on, that puts this camera under $1,000 for a 20x optical zoom PTZ camera that will pretty much work in any environment that you throw it in because it has all of excuse me, those outputs. Now again, this sale is only available until May 31st of 2026. So when would you step up to the A-Eye 4K 12X? And the simple answer to that is, do you need or want to have a 4K production? Because the A-Eye 4K 12X obviously has a 4K image sensor on it. So you can go up to 4K 60 with the 4K 12X. The other interesting difference between the A-Eye HD20X and the 4K 12X is that there is a USB port on the 4K 12X and the 4K 20X that allows you to record directly to an external drive, whether that's an external hard drive or a flash drive. And now that is really, really cool because not that many PTZ cameras do that. And so that means that you don't necessarily have to go get a dedicated recorder or put more stress onto whatever switching system that you're using to record your ISOs. Now you can have a completely independent backup system, backup recording of your camera without having to put any strain on any other device in your network. So this is a perfect mid-range PTZ camera. Again, really good in like business events or educational spaces where you don't need to have a huge amount of zoom because it does have a 12x zoom on it, but you want to be able to take advantage of that 4K. Another thing that you can take advantage of is that 16 times digital zoom into a 4K sensor is going to be a lot crisper because you're digitally zooming into a 4K image, and then if you output in 1080, it's essentially going to be a little bit of a counter negative. You're digitally zooming into a 4K image, outputting in 1080, and so it's basically a lossless digital zoom at that point. So this is a really great 4K PTZ camera that you can get for $1,300 and $30. So great opportunity to get in with the 4K PTZ camera with this promo as well. Look at that, normally $18.99, available for $13.29. So when do you step up to the 4K 20X A-Eye PTZ camera? And the simple answer is if you need more reach. If you're going to be in a room that's more than 50 to 75 feet, you're probably going to want to step up to the 20X PTZ camera. So the A-Eye 4K 20X, it also has a slightly larger image sensor at a 1/1.8-inch sensor. It has the most available pixels as well at 8.42 million pixels. And it has all of the same great features. NDI HX3 license built in, 20x optical zoom, HDMI, 3G SDI, USB, and IP output. It has that same USB port on it for being able to record basically locally. And of course, it is a PoE Plus camera with support for Tally. And all of the PTZ cameras from Atomos have AI auto tracking as well. And again, this is a 4K 20x optical zoom PTZ camera for just over $1,600. It's a very good price point, very budget-friendly price point for a PTZ camera. Now, the next thing is that we want to talk about is how do we control these PTZ cameras? Now, we mentioned that you can use NDI and you can use IP protocols to control them, but you may want to look into getting a PTZ controller as well. Obviously, one of the biggest reasons is you can control multiple cameras from a single controller. So you can take some of that workload, again, off of your production system, both the system itself and the operator. It's one less thing for them to have to worry about because now you can have a dedicated person controlling your PTZ cameras. You get that manual precision because let's face it, at the end of the day, yeah, your TriCaster or QuickLink or YOLOBox or whatever switcher you're using has built-in PTZ control, but you're going to be limited to using a mouse and a virtual joystick, and it's going to be pretty hard to do a nice smooth fluid movement or smooth zoom in when you're using just a mouse to control things. I am by no means a PTZ camera operator, but as you can see, this camera is panning very smoothly, and I'm using my left hand and a backward system, and I can make it go fast, I can make it go very slow, and you can do all of that fine tuning very easily from a PTZ controller. You can also be able to use things like one button press recall. So if you know that you always want to have the camera in a certain position, or let's say the teacher wants to have preset 1 to be on the whiteboard and preset 2 to be on her podium, whatever it may be, you can easily call presets off of a PTZ controller. And it just makes things simple. It really does. You hit the camera that you want to pull up, it switches to that camera, and now you're controlling that camera. It can't be easier when it comes to using a PTZ controller. And that's just general PTZ control. Now the AI control is really cool because right off the bat, and you can see it has a little 5-inch screen on it, and that 5-inch screen will give you a preview of what the camera sees. So if I pan this over and I see if I can zoom in on Adam over there, I'm doing this all backwards. I think I did a pretty good job there. But as you can see, it's really easy to use these, and you can see what the camera sees. So again, you take some of the stress off of your production system, and you don't even have to worry about getting an external monitor to plug into your controller here. You can have your PTZ operator sit there with just this controller, and they can see and operate everything from one place. And of course, it can use NDI control. But again, going with being able to use third-party systems, it does use RS-232 and RS-422 for serial control if your camera isn't something that is NDI or IP based to be able to control. This controller at $1,000, again, is a very budget-friendly PTZ controller with a screen built in. And these are in stock and available at Videoguys.com. But that's not all. Atomos announced very recently that they are actually going to be announcing a Pro controller. Not announcing, they already announced it, and it is coming in August, and pre-orders are available now. Now, this is just a quick high-level, hey, this thing is coming. It's not available yet, but it is coming. And let's talk about some of the reasons why you might want to go from the AI control to the Controller Pro. And right off the bat, it can control more cameras. 254 cameras is a lot of cameras, and I don't think that the average person is going to be using that many cameras, but if you are in that ballpark of cameras, you might want to step up to the Pro. Now, the Pro also has a viewing screen on it, which allows you to see what the camera is seeing, but that is also a touch screen, so you can use some of the touch functionality with your PTZ cameras. Another really cool thing that is coming with the Control Pro is the motion paths. So let's say that you are in a concert venue and you have a camera that is mounted on the stage and it's looking out into the audience, and you want to record a path of you just having that camera go through the audience to get audience reactions. Well, in the moment, even though you do have a joystick controller, in the moment, it may be a little bit nerve-wracking to do such a precise and exact movement. So let's say that you know that this movement is going to happen and you're going to want to be able to pull it up. You can record as many times as you want with practice before the event, and then you finally get one that you really like. Well, now you can take that same exact path and play it back at a whim's notice with a press of a button. And we here at Video Guys know that NDI 6 is very, very big news. NDI 6.3 was just announced not too long ago. This new controller is going to be designed for everything that NDI 6 throws at these PTZ cameras and will be ready for it. So definitely keep an eye out for more information on the Controller Pro as it comes out. One last reminder that all of the Atomos PTZ cameras are on sale 30% off until the end of the month, May 31st, 2026. So this is a perfect time to get into some extremely budget-friendly PTZ cameras. And as well, the AI Control PTZ controller is in stock and available now at Videoguys for $999. And we are taking pre-orders for the A-Eye PTZ Control Pro, which will be coming in August, and that will be available for $1499. If you have any questions at all about any of these PTZ cameras or the controllers, absolutely feel free to give us a call at 800-323-2325, and we would be more than happy to answer those questions. That's all we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday at about 3 o'clock Eastern.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.